cannot tell you the suffering that I was about to endure with you guys because I was going to wear headphones are very comfortable. Well, it's not comfortable. It's just I don't like it when like half of the headphone is half of one of the headphones is popping off. It's yeah. So we're going to this video. I was about to watch that, but then I got my headphones back because I don't want to get the feedback quality anymore. Watch this video. I want to see my dad. So I was middle America and well, I decided not to because he don't want to think of the George Floyd stuff. Although now I feel like doing it, but I'm just gonna go for myself because now I'm posting videos for myself. And part 1 is out of more Candace Owens BS, and now part 2 is coming out. Let's watch this.
Hello and welcome, and we can just get right into this because you know what we are going to cover today. We obviously have to cover the George Floyd trial conclusion, which is that Derek Chauvin is guilty on all counts. And I have to appreciate people that were trying to create a pressure campaign for me on Twitter saying, I wonder what Candace is going to say. Even Republicans agreed that this was the right call. I don't care who agrees that this was the right. I don't care if it's a Republican. I don't care if it's a Democrat. I don't care if it's a white person. I don't care if it's a black person. I am not so much of an intellectual coward that because the mob decides something, because the lie about George Floyd and the way that he lived his life has become so big that we just have to now accept it as the truth. And believe me, this is a lie. Nancy Pelosi yesterday said, quote, "Thank you, George Floyd, for sacrificing your life for justice." She also said, quote,
"He didn't sacrifice his life for anything. Alright, he was killed in horrible fashion. He shouldn't have been killed. But this notion that he was some savior for us, or that he sacrificed his life, is no. If it wasn't for him, it would start. But he didn't sacrifice himself. The sacrifice is when you say he was a catalyst. The sacrifice is when you say you actively and willingly make the choice to not die, but to harm, to put somebody else and somebody else ahead of you, and you say this is gonna hurt me, but physically, emotionally, or or your bank account, but you're gonna use for this person. And giving $1 away when you have 50 is not a sacrifice, but it's at mostly extreme. It's at a relative a moderate extreme level. God, extreme level. But so I don't. He didn't sacrifice himself.
His name,
but it was the catalyst.
It will always be synonymous with justice.
Yeah, because whenever someone says George Floyd, the question is this just? What's happening?
George Floyd's name will always be synonymous with justice. You have got to be kidding me. And don't tell me it doesn't matter. It does matter. This is the most important part, that he is now becoming synonymous with justice.
Yeah, because when you say, is this just, you're always thinking about how about George Floyd. You're comparing. You say this is what's unjust, and you compare it. So you say Ma'Khia Bryant is what happened with Ma'Khia Bryant unjust, and you think back to what happened with George Floyd. Well, number one, she was actually not detained. She was not two cops were not on her. The situation was, in fact, that she was going to kill somebody, and it was either go on the pink, Ma'Khia Bryant, or the other girl, the bully, scumbag. Well, she was a bully, so I'm Mom, I can't say scumbag, but the bully, right? And the reason I don't say scumbag is because you never know what someone's going through. So, for example, we were monsters to our stepmother when she first came in, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, so it's totally reasonable." But the way you accepted her now is completely not the norm. But we're still monsters, so I'm not gonna say she was a scumbag. Because for all we know, her parents could have died, and then that's just started being a bully, or maybe or whatever. So, and this is of course the extreme. And what I'm saying is that, like, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I'm not gonna call her scumbag because I'm sure there's some stuff that there's a reason why she's bullied. Not justifying it at all, and you should stop that if you are a bully. But yeah. Anyway, we're gonna topic. What I'm saying is, this yeah, you look back and you say, well, what was the situation? And you use George Floyd as a thing. Okay, was this just?
Remind you guys, I've done it before, right? When the media was spinning all the lies, and the media first came out and they said, oh, George Floyd was just getting his life together. He moved to Minnesota. He got released from prison in 2014. He was just getting his life together. You remember that? Do you guys remember that media depiction of St. George, who was just doing things for kids and just loved the kids and really was trying to...
You said he was trying to get his life back together, but what's it to do with him being good for the kids? This is interesting. Number one, no, there's shown tweets of him saying he was getting life back together. I'm sure other people were saying that too. But when did he bring out kids? See, you're like, yo, that's so insignificant. Just go on, but no, because every language that they use is to plant a seed in your brain. It's little ideas, and then for example, when I use a theory, I literally have 3 small things that could be looked away, and then 2 big things. So the 2 big things are mainly the thing, and then the 2 extra things are for support. So what Candace Owens is trying to do is she brought her one big thing, which is that he was doing opioids and stuff, and the other thing is that he wasn't helping children. It's the moral lies, He was trying to get his life together, and then the other thing, and then he was some big person for the kids. So what she's trying to do is she's trying to build a argument, or a theory is basically just an argument, because with a theory you're saying this is why, but it's possible it couldn't be. An argument, it's very similar, except we're saying that it is, This is saying this is why. That's why there's a lot of arguments over the theory of mind. Theory of mind is also an argument because but I'm pretty sure people have argued over the theory of mind. The whole thing is because an argument is everyone's own theories, and sometimes an argument there's no theories. But I'm just saying, like, she's trying to build arguments are very similar to theories. And right now she's trying to build an argument. Planting big thing and a little thing in there. You guys really gotta make sure and watch out for that. That's why the whole inherently thing that completely changed. That completely debunked him. So, see part 1.
The example, and was just getting
this is not part 2, by the way.
Life together until I reminded people of what his actual record was, because it became apparent.
Whoa! This goes smart. She says, what his record was. He was trying to get his life back together. That means he had a bad record, and he tried to better himself, you stupid! No, I'm not saying that Candace Owens is stupid. But you guys are like, yeah, look at his record. He wasn't trying to better himself. He wasn't trying to better himself. The few intelligent pigs of you, and I said pigs, I just got them from the animal farm. Also, I'm doing a review of that very soon. But the very intelligent pigs of you guys said, oh, wait a second. The whole reason they get his life together is because he had a bad record.
To me that there was a reason that they were not producing the police footage, because they wanted to make...
I don't understand. What could possibly come up? 2 cops are already on him. Why did he knee around his neck? Why? And why did he let go sometimes to breathe? Or like do...
Sure that the lie was perpetuated around the world and repeated.
A lie that George Floyd was killed? Or that he should have been killed? And we agreed that people should be killed for killing... I'm sure a lot of people... Like, you killed somebody, okay, you should be killed. But we set up so that, I don't know, I mean, you can get, I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know how many offenses you have to be locked away forever. I know that for a fact serial killers are, because there's so many offenses on them. But
over and over again before the truth could get up.
Yeah, I understand. Number one, I've been following the Fortnite court case for so long now. Things have gone brighter, but it's not totally complete. Because there's one, but there'll always will not be perfect. Even when you do get in front of mobile, the lag will still be there. And that's about it. That's what will still be there. And the disconnecting of the whatever. So I've come to terms with. I went to load up quicker. Actually, no, I won't, because you have to load the party. Actually, I won't load up quicker. I'll load the same. And the lag will be there. The space will be there. But what am I talking about right now? I'm talking about Fortnite. What the heck? This is like a big yellow out front. So sorry, guys. Jesus goodness. Let's just unpause it.
From bed and put its shoes on. And here is the truth. Here is the person whose life and whose name.
Okay, we saw him in handcuffs. Focusing on him. What could have happened? What could have possibly been released?
Is now synonymous with justice, Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah,
George Floyd has a rap sheet, and I'm going to remind you guys of it again today. He was arrested for delivery of a controlled substance. He was arrested and put into jail. He was arrested for theft. He was arrested for theft again. He spent...
Look, so she said before he compare himself, she had to debunk that, right? Because she couldn't have people in her conversation saying, "Wait a second, wasn't he about bear himself?" So now she's going through his record, which he's dead. Why are you going through his record like that, bro? Like, you just, I feel so bad for his family. Anyone that knows him after freaking. This girl is like, oh yeah, let me get out here and say, let me show you his private information. If I had the records on you, what you did in high school, I'm sure it could make you to look like a really bad slimy person. I'm sure of it.
10 months and 10 days in jail. He was arrested for failure to identify. He spent 15 days in jail.
Okay.
He was again.
When you try to better yourself, you can't better yourself without having a bad track record. That's why you have to better yourself.
Arrested for possession of a controlled substance, less than 1 gram of cocaine. He was then arrested for trespassing, no forcible entry. He was arrested for delivery of a controlled substance. He was arrested for possession with intent to manufacture or distribute, another 30 months in jail total. He was arrested for aggravated robbery with a dangerous and deadly weapon, and that has really got to be the most significant arrest for me because of how sick what he did was. Ready? Here's a statement. At this time, a black Ford Explorer pulled up in front of the complainant's residence. The complainant that we're talking about, the woman, had somebody knock on her door and say that they were from the water department. And then that person forced their way into her home, and then a Ford Explorer pulled up, and there were 5 other black male.
That's bad. That's extremely bad. But, and if the cop killed him then, there could be an argument, and I don't know what to say, because I don't believe in it has to be super extreme for you to
exited this vehicle and proceeded to the front door.
For you to justify the police killing. For me, especially with non-believer cops, I'm like, okay, here's the thing. If it's reasonable and they're acting extremely dangerous like that, especially the females, I'm not gonna say kill them. What I'm saying is that for me, especially if they're unbelievers, I'm like, I don't think that that's racism, and I don't think that it's bad, but I think it's less than ideal bad instead of this is evil bad.
And then that person forced their way into her home, and then a Ford Explorer pulled up.
And obviously this is bad. Everyone knows this is bad. I don't know why. Jeez, this guy I just showed you my stats. Actually, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter if you guys see my stats or not, since you guys can really look at my videos. But let's see. I wish I could go live, but you can't go live actually if you're mobile. Oh no, my internet's out. Dang it. No. Why I have to go on the app at the time? Okay, guys. I don't want to know a part 1, part 2 series. Jeez. I really don't want to do another part 1, part 2. Gosh.